Hi everybody, it's Tina from Tina's Crafty Life. How are you? I hope you're good. I am here to show you my collab. Each month, Sun and Moon Arts gives you a prompt. And you come up with your own interpretation of that prompt. It's an open invite from her channel. All she does is ask you to have it up on, I believe, the last Sunday of each month. And it's what you decide what that certain prompt means. You do a page, a collage, paint, draw, whatever you choose. So when I started last month, I actually went out and bought me a mixed media art book just for that. This is the cover. I know I showed you guys last month. But this month, or this past few weeks, I was thinking to myself, when I look back at this, I'm going to be wondering, why did you do that, Tina? You know? So I did the inside cover, and I put this paper here, and I'm listing the prompts so that I can look back, like this one, and go, what? And I do have Singing the Blues, so I can go Singing the Blues. So I know. I usually put them on the pages itself, but just in case that I don't. So August was Smoke and Mirrors. That went through me. I'm going to tell you. I was like, smoke and mirrors. I'm thinking mirrors, a bunch of smoke, until I decided that I'm going to look this up. Because I even asked a couple friends of mine, what's smoke and mirrors mean to you? They kind of told me, so I looked it up. It says North American, the obscuring or embellishing of the truth of a situation with misleading or irrelevant information. That was one meaning. Another meaning is something intended to disguise or draw attention away from often embarrassing or unpleasant issues, usually hyphenated when used attributively. That's probably spell that. So there were so many different meanings. Like one is smoke and mirrors and classic techniques and magical issues that make an entry appear to hover in an empty space. So, I mean, if you go to Wikipedia, it's a whole magical. But then if you read more, it's out. There are so many different meanings of smoke and mirrors. So when I was kind of doing some research on it, because I was like, what? I don't know what smoke and mirrors means. It kept on bugging me. So I went with the something intended to disguise or draw attention away from an often embarrassing and unpleasant issue. And this is my interpretation of smoke and mirrors. And you're all thinking, what? I'm going to explain it. So I bought this cool paper from Happy Ray Crafty Sunshine. And I tore it up and I put it around and made it look like stitches, like it's a quilt. And this is supposed to represent a mirror and a couple in the center, a family, and a guy sitting here. And what it says is what could have been, what might still be, what might have been, what has been. This is a guy sitting there in his head debating, have I lost my family? Am I ever going to have a family? That was my interpretation of smoke and mirrors. And how many people sit back and think to themselves, I missed out. Was that person the right person? I'm losing my family. I lost my family. And sit and think that inside their head. And it's an unpleasant issue to that person, even to the family, that they may have lost him or the person. So that was my thought, because what made me come up with this conclusion of my interpretation of smoke and mirrors is I went when I was about 13, 14 years old. I was anorexic, and I'm having to get help. My self-esteem was so down that my mom started leaving little sticky notes on mirrors, on my cereal box. I'd open the refrigerator. There'd be a sticky note with some quotes, some I love you. Look up, this is, each day is a brighter day. You know, just little things like that. And that's what this was my conclusion, because I thought of that in my head. And with everything going on in our world we live in right now, I mean, people are fighting each other in the streets. People are losing their jobs. People are losing their homes. Some families are being separated because of what's going on. So this is what I came up with. And you may agree and you may not agree, but this is my interpretation of smoke and mirrors. To me, it's very meaningful when you look back at your life and the answer isn't money. I'm not the richest person in the world, but I'm not the poorest person in the world when it comes to money. But I am the richest person in the world when I look and I have a wonderful husband, 2 wonderful children, 3 wonderful children, I should say, because I do have a foster son, and 7 grandchildren. I am totally the richest woman in the world because I have a family. And at the end of the day, when I close my eyes, that's what matters. It's family. And that's my interpretation of smoke and mirrors. Kind of got deep there, didn't I? So I want to thank each and every one of you that came in and checked out my video for this month's Smoke and Mirrors. Thank you, Sun, Art, and Moons, for being the host and coming up with these cool prompts. This one threw me out of the box a little bit, which I'm enjoying. Because when I went and watched this month's prompt video, I was like, smoke and mirror. And I sat on it, and I could not come up with anything in my head. Because I was thinking mirrors, smoke, skeleton. And I'm like, eh. So I decided to look it up. And when you look it up, it makes you really think. Really think. And it brought me back to my mom's sticky notes. I actually was going to try to do a layout representing that aspect of my life, but I couldn't get through it. I started crying. So then I had to take a break and walk away, and then I decided to do this. So go over and check out Sun and Moon's arts. I will have her channel linked in the description box. These prompts each month is an invite only. If you want to do it, you can. If you don't, she just expects you to have it up, I believe, the last Sunday of the month. And she makes a playlist with the videos in that everybody does. I missed it by one day last month. I don't know why I messed that up, but oh well. This time I won't miss it because I'm actually scheduling this video. I can't wait to see what comes out for September's. I'm enjoying this, as you can see, and it gets you out of the box. You use your arts, your imagination, and it's neat to see what everybody comes out with and how different they are. It just shows you exactly, artistic-wise and personality-wise, we are all different in this world. But we all can still get along in this world, one way or shape. As always, be happy, be kind, be safe, be funny, be crafty. And bye for now.